Hello, everyone. You can't see, but we're students from the Southeast Polk FFA chapter and the Ag program. My name is Wyatt Bailey. I'm the president of the Southeast Polk FFA chapter, and we're really glad to be here today to talk to you guys about what we do in our Ag program.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lydia Johnson, and I'm a junior.
I'm Mara Bala, and I'm a senior this year.
My name is Drew Lehman, and I'm also a senior.
Okay, so we're going to start our presentation. Today, we're just going to talk about just a little different aspect from our chapter. And I'm going to talk to you today about the infrastructure in our Ag program and a lot of the courses that we offer. So to start, we have a 1,200 square foot greenhouse, fully functioning. It's heated during the winter. A lot of our Ag classes utilize that facility in their learning. Also, you can see our classroom. It's had a lot of updates and changes since then. Recently, this past week, we've established a 72-inch interactive screen that students can use our new one-to-one computers to project their projects up on there. Seating-wise, it's not a typical classroom like you would expect to see. There's couches. It's a lot of flexible seating, so students are comfortable in the classroom when they're learning about agriculture. Also, later today, Drew's going to talk to you about our aquaponics system. He's an expert on that. So you can see our aquaponics system that was new this past year. In addition to the aquaponics system, in the same area, we have about a 750 square foot lab with 6 lab stations. In addition to our infrastructure, all the courses we offer, as you can see, are CASE, AF&R, and AF&R is Agriculture, Food, and Natural Resources. CASE, Plant Science, Animal Science, Advanced Animal Science, and Advanced Animal Science Summer Lab, Advanced Horticulture, Biotechnology, and an Independent Study Unit. So you're going to hear me talking a lot about CASE, and you might be wondering about what CASE is. Mara's going to talk to you a little bit after this slide about what CASE is and the curriculum that we use. So CASE AF&R is an intro class. It's a 2-semester course. A lot of the freshmen that come in to our Ag program take this class. This just kind of introduces students to the concept and idea of agriculture, and it helps them get hands-on with a lot of the things that are involved in agriculture. And like I said, it is a CASE curriculum. So right now I'm going to have Mara talk about what CASE is.
Hi, so CASE is the model we use at our school, and CASE stands for Curriculum for Ag Science Education. The CASE program breaks down into 4 main programs of study, varying from animal science, plant science, ag engineering, and natural resources. And at our school, we use 4 of those classes. So AF&R, which Wyatt said is Ag, Food, and Natural Resources, Animal Science, Plant Science, and Animal and Plant Biotechnology. So AF&R is our freshman year 9th grade course. And then from there you get choices. So those choices you can branch off in either animal or plant. So animal science is like the second year or sophomore second year ag class, but it's like your first year with the branch. And then plant science is the first year course for the plant branch. And then animal and plant biotechnology is the 3rd year course, and it's the 2nd class for the plant branch. And Southeast Polk was actually became the first CASE model school in 2017. And I have a video that will highlight that.
The CASE curriculum is designed and based off an activities, projects, and problem model. We're trying to teach the students how to think. We want them to be self-directed learners. We're building the students' knowledge, and then we give them an opportunity in a project or problem to take that knowledge and then apply it to a real-world situation.
CASE does have some challenges. It really does force the student to be independent, and you must think for yourself, but at the end of the day, it really helps you to get a better grasp of the concepts.
I enjoy coming to the class where I participate in CASE because it's like a fresh awakening from all of your other classes where you're just handed information on a PowerPoint, expected to write it down, memorize it long enough to take the test, and move on to the next subject. During CASE, you actually learn what you're working on and how you're going to apply it to real life.
CASE does a lot of support for agriculture teachers, so teachers are actually trained to be able to deliver the curriculum. I wanted the national science standards so that I could align my curriculum with them. CASE has already done that. Every single science standard that we touch upon is already aligned. Every lesson that I teach already has every science standard in it, along with the math and English standards.
CASE has really helped me throughout my other classes, but with science, like molecular biology, kind of goes into CASE because we're learning about animals through their reproductive and like cells.
The dissecting pig lab, we're basically looking at body structures, basically taking a look at the physical makeup of those fetal pigs. They've been injected with dye so the students can see the veins and the arteries.
We use our math skills like our algebra and our geometry. We're doing equations to figure out different things.
Everybody should have their swabs. Should get your labs ready. Rock and roll. You'll see some students that do a biosecurity lab, and one of the things that we're doing is we're streaking petri dishes so that we can see what bacteria might be able to grow. And the students actually take the scenarios of what would happen if you had a biosecurity issue on a farm.
I'm doing an osmosis lab, and we're actually going to be testing how quickly it happens, along with what types of materials go into other substances. This lab applies to agriculture because you need to know how water passes through the soil in the fields and how certain pesticides will go through certain plants in the soils as well.
We've done labs that involve livestock. We've talked about safety for livestock, like how do you take care of them and what is the way to take care of them, like to keep them healthy and to keep them safe.
Innovation is very important to companies like Cargill. CASE very much helps those students as they...
Okay, well, in that video, that talked about how we use the CASE model at Southeast Polk, and you got to see how different students viewed CASE and what all we do. So these pictures are all from the 4 various classes that we use as the CASE program. So in that first picture, that is a part of the animal science class, and we are looking at DNA under the microscopes. The second one is from plant science, just out in the greenhouse. And the third one is also from animal science doing a lab. In the second slide, or in these slides, there's pictures from dissections we did in animal science, another lab from animal science, and the third one is a part of our biotechnology course, which I think is the coolest one with CASE because it's the most involved. But that is doing micropipetting. So, and then it's back to Wyatt.
Thank you, Mara. So the next class that we offer at Southeast Polk in the Ag program is the CASE Horticulture and Plant Science. This is the class that's usually a lot of sophomores take after they take the AF&R course. It's a 1-semester course. It's a lot of the work is in the classroom, the lab, and the greenhouse, so they get all aspects of our infrastructure. They work on plant identification, anatomy of plants, plant production, and selling of the plants. Every spring, our chapter has a plant sale that is a big fundraiser for us. In addition to that, we have, it's a college dual credit. So our local area community college, Des Moines Area Community College, you also get credit for that, as well as some high school credits. After plant science, it's kind of the same year as the plant science is a CASE animal science. It's a 2-semester course, and it introduces students to any careers that are involved in the animal industry. I like to think that our ag program and chapter focuses really on animal science. So we've had a lot of alumni that go into the animal science careers. So this is really something that our chapter specializes in and is also CASE curriculum, as I said. After the CASE animal science is we have an advanced animal science course, 1 semester, and you have to have the prerequisite for animal science. Like animal science, it is a college credit course, so we get college from our area community college and in high school. This course is more in-depth than animal science. We get a lot more hands-on work. We go out to our farm where we have about 20 head of cattle, of cows, that they AI, and then Lydia's going to talk more about this later, but we have an animal learning center that we do every year during the state fair. That's something that our chapter does, and the cows that our advanced animal science course works with, they eventually go to the Animal Learning Center. Yeah, like I said, it's a more hands-on course. The next course that we offer is actually a summer lab, so it is not during the school year. The main focus is on the Animal Learning Center. Like I said, it's during the state fair, all 11 days of the fair, and the focus of this course is they set up for the Animal Learning Center. They have a certain amount of requirements that they have to meet in attendance at the Animal Learning Center, and they also tear down. This course really helps students understand more in depth and more hands-on about the animal science industry. And this is located at the Paul R. Knapp Animal Learning Center. So if you all have been to the state fair, it's just south of the Little Hands on the Farm. Next, we have our advanced horticulture class. It's a one-semester course that occurs in the fall. And this course, like the plant science course, is really a lot of busy work. And this class really helps students to understand the work that it takes to manage a greenhouse and to grow plants from little seedlings all the way up until the production aspect of it. And it is located in about 1,200 square foot greenhouse that it's really awesome that our chapter has that. It's a really great learning opportunity for many of our students. One of the most important, I like to think, most important courses that we offer is our CASE Animal and Plant Biotechnology course. As I've seen, Iowa State says that biotechnology is one of the biggest growing industries in agriculture. So it's definitely a program that is growing in our chapter. Students use the CASE curriculum that really fits well with what they're doing in class, and all of our labs and stuff help to develop that. It's a 2-semester course, and a lot of students work with micropipetting and a lot of the things that are involved in biotechnology. The last course, well, I like to think of it as a course, is our independent study. Drew, right here, is independently studying about our aquaponics system. So we allow students to go and choose a topic that maybe our classroom activities haven't gone more in depth of, and they want to pursue that activity more. So Drew, like I said, is doing the aquaponics system. That's something that we don't have as a course offered to Southeast Polk, so that it's really something that Drew can go and learn about and maybe possibly pursue in his in a career. And I think one of the most important aspects of the independent study unit is the fact that it's independent. Students really learn how to do things on their own and learn independently. Now I'm going to turn it over to Lydia, and she's going to talk more about the Animal Learning Center and what all that entails. Thank you.
Thank you, Wyatt. One of the biggest things that our chapter does during the year is we run the Animal Learning Center at the Iowa State Fair. So during the 11 days, we run this building, and we have lots of animals that give birth, chicks that hatch, baby animals, and we really educate the public on animal agriculture and agriculture in general. And our members get a lot of experience with animals. So it kind of started in 2007 when we were approached by the Iowa State Fair to work this building. Being such a close chapter, it was a really good fit. And our chapter, as our school gets larger, so there's about 2,200 students in Southeast Polk High School right now. So as the school gets larger, there's a lot more urban kids come from urban places. So it was great opportunity for them to get some animal exposure and build some skills in that aspect. The animals, our advanced animal science class raises the cattle. We have a herd of 20 cows, and they all give birth during the state fair. So we manage that, and the advanced animal science class does all the chores and things year-round with them. And then one of the most important aspects of it is that we get to educate the public a lot, which is one of my favorite parts. So general information, we chore twice a day at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. and we're open 12 hours a day, all 11 days of the fair, so we stay busy. But the building's always full of people. People stop in the morning on their way in, check all the animals, will stop throughout the day, bring their kids just to kind of keep tabs on all the animals because they're so interested and want to know about the processes and what is actually happening, because many of the people don't have any experience or have never been exposed to anything like that. So we have sows, does, ewes, bottle calves, ducklings, chicks, laying hens, turkeys, ostriches, you name it. We have a little bit of everything. So it is a great opportunity for anyone that comes in to really expand, get to see a lot of different animals and kind of understand how broad agriculture is. And here we have a video that one of our members made during the Learning Center this year that kind of showcases all the different animals that we have. So as you can see, we have a lot of animals, a lot of people that come into the Learning Center. And with that, a lot of people that we can teach about agriculture and teach about agricultural education, and kind of kids that are interested, guide them this way and encourage them to participate in programs once they have the opportunity during school. So the advanced animal science class that raises the cows starts, and they chore. The class is about 20 kids in it, and everybody takes a week. And you do all the cattle checks and chores, which is a great experience. We also get to sell the calves and go to the sale barn and do vaccinations, the timed AI, and the pregnancy checks. So, yep. There we're doing vaccinations and preg checking. And there's more preg checking, and then we are using our new ultrasound machine, I guess on a sheep. We don't have a picture with a cow yet, but yep. Then our advanced animal science class that prepares the Learning Center, they have to put in 120 hours from the 3rd week of July through the state fair. So within about 3.5, 4 weeks, they put in 120 hours to prepare everything in the Learning Center for the animals to come. They build pens, clean, make sure all the animals get in and everything's in order. We also have the opportunity to build a lot of skills and career readiness being in the Learning Center with all these animals. So people that don't have experience with animals in our chapter have the opportunity to work with them. And also, if you do have experience with maybe one certain animal, like cattle, you can broaden your horizons by working with sheep and hogs and other things. So here we have a member pulling a kid for the first time, a member drying off baby piglets, and then people giving iron shots and clipping teeth. And then here's some more pictures. All right, so the public education aspect. So it's estimated that only 2% of the U.S. population is directly connected to agriculture. So when people come into the Learning Center and have no idea what is really happening, that have never been exposed to any of these animals, it is extremely important that we portray our industry well. And everyone in our chapter is very passionate about agriculture, but we just have to portray that really well. So we all have booklets we study to know the correct information, to tell people, and get the opportunity to educate a lot of people. And we also have the opportunity to be on TV, on the radio, or be written about in the paper so that we can reach larger audiences. So there's a couple of our opportunities. We're on TV this year, on the news, and on the radio. And then there's some more in the Learning Center. As you can see, there's a lot of people bending over the lamb pen, watching them be born. People that have never seen that before and obviously very interested. And there's some more opportunities on TV and just people that really want to know what's happening. All right, finally with staffing. So everyone that works in the Learning Center is a member of our chapter and a volunteer. So this year we did sign-ups. Mr. Eddie sent them out and at probably about 8 in the morning. And when I got on at 10 to sign up for my shifts, all the morning shifts were full. 10 shifts every day for 11 days. And people sign up and really, really want to be involved, which is great. And everyone shows up for their shifts, which that alone is really impressive. But so it's really important to us because it's a great opportunity and everyone wants to participate and wants to take part in this opportunity. All right, I'll hand it over to Drew to talk about the aquaponics system.
All right, so what is aquaponics? Aquaponics is combining aquaculture, which is raising fish, with hydroponics, which is growing plants without soil. So this all started before I was even in high school. Our chapter has an aquaculture system for a long time. My sophomore year, we had a single tank aquaculture system. It held barramundi, and the tank was good. It was a good learning opportunity, but we had to fidget with it all the time. It had leaky pipes, and the biofilter wasn't up to standards. So we made a new system. At the end of my sophomore year, when I decided that I was going to take over this system as an independent study, me and Eddie got to talking. We wanted something bigger. We wanted something better. So Eddie started looking around. We found a system that we wanted. It came with 2 400-gallon tanks, the biggest biofilter that we could get, and pretty much everything we wanted. Sounds like a home run, right? But nothing's that easy. When we got the system, it didn't have near the growing beds that we wanted. So we made our own. We made 4 9-foot by 3-foot 10-inch grow beds that each hold 110 plants in each bed. Our system comes with 10 1,200-watt LED grow lights. All right. Lettuce. You might be asking, why do we grow lettuce in our system? Well, when we first wanted to make a new system, we wanted to go just aquaculture. We wanted to have 4 400-gallon tanks and just grow barramundi. But at best, we could turn out fish to the school cafeteria once, maybe 6 months at best. So Eddie got talking with the food service director, and they really wanted a vegetable. They wanted tomatoes, and we really didn't want to do tomatoes. So we decided on lettuce, because our school always has a salad bar. So far, just last year alone, we have turned out over 100 pounds of lettuce just from our 4 beds. That might sound like a lot, but at our school, that might serve 1 or 2 lunches as an option. My daily routine. Every day, I go into ag 3rd and 4th period. I go in there and do what any kid would do. I check my fish first. After I see they're all good, I feed them, check water, and I pretty much do everything. I manage the system. I can do everything from germinating plants to feeding fish and flushing the system. Aquaponics has taught me a lot. It touches on all aspects of STEM, from science and technology of testing water, to engineering of building the beds and plumbing the system, to math of calculating feed ratios and the volume in my tanks. It's been a great opportunity for me because I'm doing what the industry's doing on a much smaller scale. We've had industry people come in and say I'm using the same pump they do. Mine's half a horsepower. They use 5 horsepower. Independent study has been a great opportunity for me and any other kid in it. There's nothing better to help you learn than you doing it yourself. In the industry, nobody's going to be standing over your shoulder telling you what to do and when to do it. I do it all on myself. If lettuce doesn't get in the cafeteria, it might not be a big deal because it's an option, but it's still on me. And it's been a great opportunity for me, and I've learned a lot from it. Thank you.
Okay, our chapter is trying something new this year. We're going to go on an ILO. An ILO is an international learning opportunity that will be offered every 3 years. This year, we're going to China. With this, we'll get an opportunity to educate ourselves on culture, history, and agriculture of China. When we chose China because of their many connections to Iowa agriculture. With Branstad being the ambassador, it seemed kind of obvious, but many ag companies have bases in China that we'll be able to visit. And there's also a sister farm in China, so we're excited to go visit that and see how they do it in China compared to how we do it here in Iowa. And the trade is super important. So China is one of the top 5 importers of Iowa manufactured goods, and they have one of the largest ports in the world. So it'll be super interesting to be able to visit their biggest port and possibly even see Iowa ag products being brought in. And this is super important, is gaining the international relationship. As China and Iowa have been in the news a lot lately, it'll be really interesting as students to be able to get the first-hand look and to be able to see what's really going on and get it from their point of view, not just ours. And with the ag in China, they rank first in worldwide farm output in many different crops. So it'll be really interesting to see something besides corn. Not that there's anything wrong with Iowa corn, but potatoes might be cool too. I don't know. But yeah, so this trip will be an opportunity to definitely broaden our horizons, not just with agriculture, but also with culture and history. And then, is there any questions?
Yeah.
Alright, guys, what are your plans? You're all upperclassmen. Do you want to study or pursue a career in agriculture?
Yes, all right, I'll start. I'm a junior this year, but I'm thinking on majoring in either animal science or ag communications.
So I'm a senior, and I'm looking into Iowa State for like reproductive physiology and working with swine.
I'm a junior this year, and I've really thought a lot about it, and I think I might either go to community college for a couple years to get all my prereqs, and then head to Iowa State to major in either agronomy or horticulture with a minor in Spanish.
I'm a senior this year, and I'm actually going to South Dakota State next year for animal science. So.
Are there any more questions? Okay. Yes.
You may have said this, so I apologize. When is your China trip, and how many people will be going?
Okay. The China trip will be during spring break this upcoming year, and we have approximately 20 students signed up to go.
Any more questions? Yes.
You might have said this too, but how are you fundraising or getting sponsored for your trip to China?
Well, for fundraising, we're doing group fundraisers where we go out to businesses in ag community in our community and asking for help making this trip happen or connections in China that we could go to see when we're there. So it's a work in progress still. Are there any more questions? All right, before we're done, I want to give a quick shout out to the best ag teacher there is, Mr. Eddie. Thank you for all you do for our chapter.